Hello, I'm Mandy and welcome to my channel. Today is day 12 of Mermay. So this is my Mermay series. Let's get started. So for day 12, I sketched this little scene out. I messed it up a little bit because obviously I ran out of room. But in efforts of doing daily sketches and daily paintings, I didn't feel like I had time to redo the whole thing, to move it up in the page. Anyway, this is a sketch of my mermaid having tea and macaroons with her doll. It was a fun little sketch to do, and it added a lot more interest in as far as painting. There's some different things to paint other than just the mermaid. Moving on for the shell that the doll is sitting in. Sorry, my focus is all over the place during these. I'm still working on it. But I started to go with this color. Then I realized that the doll has a lot of similar colors. So then I was trying to change it up. And I was trying to do a wet on wet to kind of give it that texture, that coloring that you see in shells. The little swirly blended colors. While I was letting that dry, I went onto the rock that she's sitting on. So I did a little dry brush technique and left it really loose and left a lot of white space. I love how that looks when done in watercolor. Now moving to the tail with my wet on wet technique. I added a little too much water for the skin tone on the doll, but I figured once it dries it'll look decent, so I just have to leave it alone and let it dry. Moved on to the tail. And then I decided to go in on the little macaroon that she's holding and the teacup, because everything around those things were dry, so I could work on those without it blending. I don't know at what point I smudged the blue tail, but I did at some point apparently. Oh well. I like the imperfections sometimes. That's my art style, the imperfect on purpose. Sometimes it's not on purpose, but it's still mostly on purpose. After letting everything dry, I did the shirt again and worked on the doll, but of course I didn't film this from the best angle, didn't realize that my hand was going to be in the way. So did the doll's hair, did a little bit of seaweed for some added color, some added interest. And then the doll. And that one I did a little too much pigment, so I try to lighten it up, remove some of it, because it's supposed to be a pink, not a red. And then with my fine brush, adding the crown, adding a little in little detail in the macaroons, adding a little bit to the seaweed, adding the shadow to her shirt, and then adding some detail to the shell. I really like how the shell ended up turning out, and I think it looks cute. It may not be the right coloring for a shell, but I like how it turned out. Adding the face paint and a little bit of shadow in the skin. Doing a second layer to the seaweed to add a little bit more depth, and moving to colored pencils. Of course, start with the face because it just looks weird without a face. I think adding the outline to the shell and to the mermaid doll really helped clarify that a little bit. Really like how that turned out. I think I already said that, but I'm proud of that little moment. Doing the finishing touches. My gold. I had to shake up my gold a little bit. And wanting to add gold more, but resisting. I have a new paint pen that I just got from Walmart just because I wanted something quick. So, you know, they didn't have a Posca pen at Walmart. The final touches of my signature, the number 12. And what do you guys think? The finished product. I do wish I would have moved it higher on the page so that it didn't get cut off, but overall I like that it's a different setup. So remember to like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys join me in my next video. Bye.